Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's a new YouTube channel that I'm calling Hemi Swap Racing. It's going to be based off of Hemi swaps on certain other vehicles that I'll do throughout the time that I have this page open, and then the racing that's involved with that as well too. My Hemi swapping that I've done in the past has been on 3 Dakotas, and then one was also on a Ram that previously was a 5.7 that I put a 392 motor in. I have raced all of them. The second Dakota that I did, I do not own. It's another person that owns it right now. His name is Derek, one of my good buddies that I have. He was also had an inspiration to do a Hemi swap as well too, and I had already done my first one on it, and we kind of went off from there. The pages though is going to be based off of what my experiences are throughout time, based on what I've got going on. Particularly on hand, what's going to start all this will be the truck that's sitting behind me. It's a 2004 Dodge Dakota with a 5.7 in it right now. It's a manual truck, 2-wheel drive, a lot of fun. I took it drag racing last weekend and did exceptionally well. There'll be other videos that I'll post with that in the future as well too. But as an introduction post, just wanted to show what all will be pertained with these swaps. It'll get into more details besides just showing what I've done or what is in this vehicle or anything like that. I can get into points of wiring diagrams, mounting locations, previous experiences of what I've had done, what I've done in the past, from the nitty pitty to the biggest stuff that you could possibly think of. So it hasn't gotten into any kind of boosted form yet, but that is something I'll probably grow future in the page. More than likely, it will be on this truck that's behind me. But of course, there's always time that's involved with doing that. So let's kind of start small. We're going to go from the bare bones in this page. I'm currently in my own 2-car garage right now that I have my truck sitting in here for. A lot of the swaps that you will see or the work that I do on this truck or any other future vehicles will be right in here. Might be improvements on the shop as well too that I'll post as well, and we'll go from there, kind of stay in that point. A little bit about myself. I was country born and raised, been kind of a country person my whole entire life. I live in the country. I do live next to a highway, so there is audio that you'll probably back hear from vehicles driving by every once in a while. I do apologize for that, but fortunately, that's where I live, so that's how it's gonna have to be, unfortunately. I kind of one of the things I liked about doing the Hemi swap from the very beginning is when I did my first one on a quad cab. I went from a 4.7 Dakota that was cammed, bigger throttle body, custom tuning, and just wasn't doing very well in the drag strip and had horrible drivability issues, and I just started to give up on it basically, and saw that someone had done this on Google one day, that they'd done a Hemi swap, did a bunch of research on it, found a donor truck, an 05 Ram, 3/4 ton, and ended up taking the motor and training out of that and putting it in this quad cab. And in a stock form, it ran over a full second faster in a 1/4 mile with no tuning. I was just absolutely blown away how much faster it was when I ran on a 1/4, and how much better it performed with it. Drivability was so much better, of course, because it was stock Hemi motor on a stock PCM, versus a cammed 4.7 that we had issues tuning it and trying to get throttle body to work with it, and it idled really weird and surge, and it was just a nightmare. And then when I got into the Hemi swap into the Dakota, I haven't turned back towards the 4.7 since then. That first truck that I had, I currently don't own anymore. Another guy owns that right now that actually has a Hellcat powered Dakota. I have done some talking with him every once in a while about how he's done the swap and what his current area is. Great guy to talk to. Very excellent in how he's performed his Hemi swap or his Hellcat powered swap on his Dakota as well too. And then the second Dakota that I did a Hemi swap on is actually a good buddy of mine's. It's his personal truck. It's a 2006 motor from a mega cab Ram into a 2005 or a third gen Dodge Dakota extended cab 2-wheel drive. That engine swap is a little bit easier than the quad cab to do. Something that I had seen before in the past from my other stuff that I've done before, and not having the 4-wheel drive there was easier to do the swap as well too. He still owns the truck right now. He lives a few hours away from me, so I don't see it near as often as I used to when I used to live around that area where he lives now. And but the truck performs perfectly well. You pop the hood on it, it looks stock. You look inside the interior, of course, everything looks stock on it. But it's a 2006 motor. It's got a big custom grind green racing cam in it from Jay Green himself in Texas. It's tuned by Jay Green as well too. Very quick truck. It's got quite a bit of torque. Has 456 gears in the rear end, and he keeps very good care of it. It's a very clean truck, very clean put together, and a few little things that he's done and modified and whatnot, even after the Hemi swap, have all been just pretty much perfection on it. So I give him hands down for that, for not tearing it up or anything, especially being his first swap that he ever did and actually taking care of it. And then my third one that I did was on this Dakota that's sitting behind me. But before that one, I will make a specific video for this truck in general after this to kind of go through what all is in this truck, what all I had to do to help modify stuff. I had to do bits and pieces on it to help make it work. This one actually took me a little bit of time to get going. My first Hemi swap I did in 3 days. I was 24 years old when I did that, so but I completed the swap in 3 days. I drove it in on a Friday morning, and I ended up driving it out on a Sunday evening with a Hemi in it, and it worked exceptionally well. The Ram that I did the swap on, just a 2009 Ram, crew cab, 4-wheel drive, had a 5.7 in it stock. One day I came across the 392 for really cheap, and just couldn't resist buying it, so I bought it. Plan was in the very beginning to put it in this truck, but with communication standpoint and of course financial situations that we had going on at that time, it was going to be 100 times easier to put it in my Ram. So ended up swapping it in the Ram. It was just like swapping another 5.7 in. It was just happened to be a 392 motor instead. And the truck drove great, did well in the drag strip for weighing 5,500 pounds. I currently don't own that truck anymore either. That truck is residing in Topeka right now with a couple that just recently bought it from me. People that bought it though absolutely love the truck. They say it's wonderful to drive it around, the extra power, and gets fairly good gas mileage for not having MDS and a big motor in it. So they're more than pleased with it as it is. So, but anyway, just want to give an introduction to the page and hope that everything I post in here as well. As always, try to subscribe to the page, hit the bell as well to get as many notifications as well to it. Any of my videos that you do see, please make sure to give me a thumbs up, thumbs down if you don't like it. If you don't like it, post in the comments what you did love about it, what you didn't love about it. Of course, I love to see comments. So people that comment back, it doesn't matter if it's a negative or a positive post. I have no problem replying to that as much as I can. Try to help with stuff in the future. If you guys have any advice or comments or anything like that, yeah, make sure to throw it down in that comment section. And of course, thumbs up, thumbs down, doesn't matter. Any current reaction is fine with me. I have no problem listening to the honest truth, of course. So, and as always, God bless you all, and hope you have a wonderful day.